Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kat in the Nest, and I hope you're ready for whatever happens next. I think it's going to be a bit of an adventure, this one. But before we jump into that, can I do a special welcome to our new subbies? Thank you so much for joining the kin. I know a number also have been subscribing to my newsletter, so thank you so much. The community is growing and it's filled with kind words, so I hope you find something here that inspires you or at the least makes you giggle. And of course, how are you? I hope you are well. It's the weekend here. We're in hot weather, but the change is coming through, and I am feeling particularly creative at the moment. I've been waiting and waiting for this to come, and now with a few happy home days, I've got it. So this is a piece that I did a while ago that I never finished, but it contains many of my favorite things. And I'm going to jump from this to a conversation about what do we do when some of our special pieces run out. You know that I'm getting more and more into thread painting, that I love texture and collage, but I am aware that I need to diversify and keep my eyes out for other techniques. So with that, we're going to embark on something new. Now, whether this will be a big new piece or just little bits, who knows? You know me. But if you feel like a bit of that, stick around. So most of the substance here comes from fabrics, and then I have stitched over the fabric designs to give me, the garden flow, particularly in here. Now, this is an older piece, but you can see that I was starting to like these outlines of flowers, etc. So recently, I should say, Kristen has been using this product, Stick and Stitch, and so is Zoe, and so is Missy, and probably thousands and thousands of other people out there. I had to wait to buy this because it was out of stock, and I know there's a whole lot of other products out there. I'm still struggling with fusible webbing and all of those sorts of things, so I didn't know whether I could do this. But what has attracted it to me is that I don't have to iron. And if I can manage my printer, I can put a pattern on here, stick it onto fabric, and then start embroidering and collaging around it. So mine is going to be a fusion, and I don't know how it will go, but I will show you what I've done so far. I'll get to that in a sec. I have some designs from my favorite book from India that I want to develop. These are centuries old. I want to develop more stylistic embroideries and patterns that I can use to enhance the gardens on my work. And this one is a perfect example of how that culture, everything is just flowing. It's an ever flowing, and it has flowers and leaves, and I could make that any color. Now, what's stopping me stitching on that today? Da-dum, or da-boom. I learnt the hard way that you are supposed to put this side upsize in the printer. So this is beautiful, but it's useless except for an inspiration, because if I stitch over that, I'm stitching over paper. I was so excited by the Indian ideas and my favorite images that I did another one too. Now this one is black and white, and you can see it's what do they call it, in the voids, but I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to trace, because guess what I did? I wasted another piece of the stick. What's it's called? Stick and stitch. So that will become something that I trace. But look at that for a Kate in the Nest type of idea. I love, and that could be some sort of flower in these leaves, etc. So they're two designs that I'm interested in and I love, but I cannot use. But we know that we're here to learn and to share. So thirdly, I did this. I cut it out. I went to put it on the piece of paper, and I too learned that while this is sticky, it won't stitch. But it's pretty. I'll put it in my diary, my memory book tonight to remember. And finally, here we go. So I'm going to do some experiments with you, panels that I'm sure will be used in a larger work, but I don't know what that work is yet. But my security at this stage of my stitchy life is that I need a backing. So I've got some spare blanket, and I know not everyone needs that or uses it. You could back it with calico. You could go straight onto calico into a hoop, whatever you like. But I'm a baby at stitching just onto fabric that moves. So this is an old napkin. I went through my beautiful tablecloths, and eventually I might go straight onto a tablecloth, but this is where I'm going to start. So what have we got? Gosh, I've got even some of the desk showing. That's incredible. So I'll keep my pins and needles close. So third time lucky. I practiced with this and I got it in black and white, and I thought, okay, I can put that there. But even more so, I used another piece and I've printed it in colour, and I've cut around because these bits, all of it apparently disappears. I wouldn't mind if the flowers stayed, but you dissolve it, and I know that works, but I haven't done any of that sort of thing before. So I want to put this beautiful flower image here, and we know that my style is that it won't come out as a copy, because I showed you in yesterday's video that even when I try, so I want that a little bit down. So I haven't attached the napkin or this. I'm going to do it in one go, and then we'll do some embroidery. So that's the plan. So have you done this before? Do you like doing it? Or are you a freehand stitcher? I know many of you can do that. You do have different methods. Oh, see? That's why I said you have to. Did you notice what I was doing? I was putting it down with the paper backing on it. So we have to peel this backing off. Now this, get ready. Oh, actually, sometimes on stickers in my journal, it takes me half a day to find the... Okay, so it's sticky on the back, and this will help it stay in place, I realise now. I'll give myself enough room up there. Aren't they pretty? You can probably tell me the name of these flowers. Oh, that's sticky already there. I don't know why. Maybe, oh, like that's disappearing. Oh, I know. I just had a quick swim and it's dripped. That proves it. It's dissolved. Oh dear. Okay. All right. I have sticky fingers now. I've threaded up, so that's the leftover, so that can go away. And the idea is when it disappears, the in-between stuff will disappear as well. I've cut the flowers close because I want to collage right up to the edge. So I am literally going to go very fast around here just to keep the napkin in place to the blanket before I start stitching. So what have you been up to today? Has it been domestic day? Or out and about day, in which case you won't be watching it. I meant to start the video with this, but better late than never, with a shout out to all our Victorian subbies and friends and relatives and anyone that you might know. They've had a rough time. I think the change has come through now and is heading for New South Wales, but the fires have been particularly hard on small towns. So please take care. And I also want to do a special shout out to the lovely Wendy, who she was bracing for the opposite in Queensland last night. I think there was threats of a cyclone up there, and I haven't checked today to see how that went. But Wendy, I know you're going through some tough times, and as many have already said, we're all here for you. We can't do many things except tell you that we're here, and we hope that your stitching and your craft and this community can help things times when they're tough. And I know that's for quite a lot of us, that we have challenges. And I know that for me, I was thinking about this earlier this morning, that in our family we always used to say that a problem shared is a problem halved, or there's something like that, or other people can help type of thing. And I just love talking to you, and in a way it just is reassuring, especially when I read your beautiful comments. I started answering some the other day, but I just can't keep up, and until I can make myself press the thank you button, please know that I read every single one of them. My husband reads them even more than I, and I appreciate them. Okay, so I've just, oh no, I need a little bit more. If you're new, this part I used to just pin, but I realise now with embroidery that it does move way more than you think. So if you have the patience and the time, I don't really love doing it, but I see, it's like my husband mows the lawn. I just make strange patterns up and go wherever my needle wants to go as quick as I can. Now, I was tempted to actually go onto this, but it will dissolve, and I suppose I should be. Let's do a few, because you want the napkin. No, your needle gets sticky. That's the other thing I've noticed already if you go in there. So let's get the napkin down a little bit more. These can be taken out, but I never take them out because they usually get covered up. That one's a bit big. Doesn't matter. That's haste. actually had the luxury of getting my groceries delivered. I thought no one's going out in this heat. My husband did play golf, but I was home alone this morning and did my domestics and worked on another big project, and then thought, I've still got energy. I finished my little memory journal last night, so I'll show that to you at some point. All right, so there we are. It's like a blank canvas, and you will probably be able to picture that. Oh, that's a sticky bit. That I will work other bits around this embroidery, and I probably can't wait till it's all done. But let's start. Let's try. Let's try what? Let's put some, what's that called in the middle? Yes, it's okay if you yell it out. This part. This isn't variegated. I usually love to. Oh, I've come up with a big needle. Put a knot in it. I'm doing French knots with 3 because this is DMC embroidery thread. And now that I'm up close, there's sort of goldy yellow, and then there's something sort of a different colour in the centre. I suppose I'm trying out the colour because it's like a thread paint by colour, which I haven't done before. Okay, that's that side done. Relaxing. You get a break from my voice because I'm just enjoying the There we go. Finish them off. Because I'm trying to be a good example, why don't we finish this cotton off? Won't be enough to do everything, but jump down here. I didn't do a knot, so we'll just take care. Little stitch. Oh. Oh, I just unthreaded it. So it's hard to know what people are doing at the moment. I know Northern Hemisphere it's cold. We're warm, but tomorrow we'll probably have jumpers on because it's going to be such a change. So So like everything, we're just going to take each day at a time. And we'll do one over here. Oh, we'll do one up here. So I think the glue makes it harder to go through, yeah. I've probably gone, no, I haven't gone through my own thread, but I don't imagine that I will, no, so that's chosen it for me. I don't mind that it's hanging out because I'll add another colour, but I'll need a wet one or something every now and then to now these flowers are pretty easy, that's why I chose them. In terms of they're not variegated colours. So will I choose? Will I try? These are very fine. I don't know where I actually got them. They were in one of these vintage trays that I picked up. They look such a pretty colour, but if I can't get them out, that's not good enough. There's a little bit of eye candy as we go by. Because no matter how much space I use, I end up stacking things on top of each other. That's not the pink one. Oh, yes, it is. That's pretty. I won't be able to stop myself, will I? A bit of fluoro there, but we'll start traditional. I'm thinking of doing a video about what I wish I'd known when I started slow stitching, because I look now and I think, I was so excited about some things that I don't use, but then, you know, just because I don't use them doesn't mean that you won't. I'm forgetting to knot. So I suppose it really is, the place to start is in thrifty sewing basket sort of stores, because it doesn't break the bank if you buy too much of something that you don't end up using, and then you can always donate it back to this is a very public test to see whether I can actually stay in the lines. See, I'm going through the glue. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should go through to the back. We try that. Oh, that's still hard. I'm going through to the back, but see, this is where you experienced embroiderers. We'll be able to do this and have it look absolutely gorgeous. Try and do some long and some short stitches. But this is where I find this way easier in wool. But the stranding is sort of making it fill the space. pull one of those tight enough. I'll just pretend that that was meant to be. Anyway, there we are. And we'll go from a distance, you'll never notice. And let's go here. Now I'm getting speed up, that feels a bit better. All of one stitch worth. Okay, that's the end of that little flower, that little petal. Then we'll go around here, we'll go to this one. I'll go down the, just feel like doing a very long one. I'm poking it through, maybe that's, I know you're supposed to do short and small, but hey. Side, just down a little bit. Tell you what, I have to go and get some glasses. Oh, because I can't see where that line is. Oh, why is that so sticky in there? Oh, it's like going into the honey barrel. So I think that this is something I can pick up when I'm watching telly and just colour in by numbers. And because at night I tend to get less, well, I can't take my whole nest out to near the telly and my husband, so I have to sort of do smaller things, if you know what I mean, unless it's a wearable, in which case I've taken over the whole dining room anyway. I've got one of those, I don't know what you call them, models, little torsos, you know, without arms or heads, that I put things on. And last night he came home and I was standing in front of her and he goes, oh, he got a fright because he thought there were two people in the room. Okay. So see now, instead of going just through the first layer, I'm going to the back. I'm finding that easier than hiding it. Okay, so all that time for that, so it is more intensive. Let's try a contrast. Isn't this a pretty one? And I've also got my own lollipop, which I might put up on that one. Will I just be bold? This will show you that I really can't colour in between the lines, but that it doesn't matter. It's an abstract flower. Thank you too for people who are booking workshops. It is incredibly kind. I get such a thrill when a little booking comes through, and I appreciate it so much because I know it's an undertaking, but my excitement, I go, oh, there's another person I get to meet. And I know, like from past experience, that when you go to a workshop you find new friends, you find like minds, so it's a multifaceted experience. So yeah, Perth is coming up in March and selling really well, so I'm very excited. Thank you, people of Western Australia. What am I doing here? I'm just sort of imagining that there's a line down the center. There could have been, but I've gone over the top of it. See, this is much more me because it fills it fast. I mean, maybe I'm doing it too much like a leaf. I don't tend to do leaves ever. So if this was you, where would you have started? I mean, you could do the stems, couldn't you? So you can see this one, I haven't done a very good job because the variegation, I've got that colour up there, and usually you should go one on either side, but I didn't. So now we'll go up the top, and what I found is if it looks really bad, you can go over the top of it when you're a little bit further down, when you've done most of it, and blend it in. You could be splitting these stitches as well. I'm tending, because I'm doing it in front of you, just try and be try and be a little bit ordered in case it goes completely wrong, which it does, but there's no wrong, is there? It's just less realistic. I actually like the size of this little panel. It's nice under my hand. So I will do other ones, and I'll share it with you, because they'll probably pop up in different works, or it might become its own work, like the unnamed quilt. Now I'm coming back into the center, and I will split some of these just to give it a bit more volume. And texture. And just one in the middle there, somewhere up there. It's not versatile, but for me, from a distance, it is colourful and it's got height. And I've got a little bit left here, so this one's going to be a bit different. Just go to the centre, and I'll do smaller bits here. I'll try and do one on either side. eerie feeling that what if this isn't filming? So I will check after this. There's definitely more time in getting through the thickness. So if you're, I would say tracing, and if you were confident about your use of colours, that would be faster. But that's okay for me. And then it's saying low battery, so that's where we are now. Just wondering if I've got, I did have a lovely mustardy, variegated. I've got this. I often like putting that in the middle of a, still hasn't come to me. There's some orange, probably won't use that. We'll try and stick with the, and what will I do the stems with? That's where I get a little bit scared. So I don't use these colours. I've got greens. Is that too sagey? I like it. I feel like a proper stitcher now. Let's just, I'll just see what other colours have I got under there. Not much. Got this other green. Not too bright. Oh gosh, my batteries kept saying it's going to wear out. So I'm just going to finish. See this is a little bit bigger, so rather than just French knots, I shouldn't say just French knots, I love them. But what if we do a few stitches behind with this variegated? You'll have to tell me if I've been too sorry, I'm just having a joke with myself. I feel like I'm being very grown up and serious because I'm trying very hard to stay within the lines. I'm loving it, but it feels in contrast to some of my other chippy woppy ones. Now I'm blushing, I'm feeling hot. Could be the blanket, could be my embarrassment. I just wanted to show you this. actually really like doing this now. It's growing on me. A little tiny one there. What direction would I go there? I could go out. I'm going to take the easy way and do some knots. Another one. One down here. See, I'm feeling. Can you see how I'm getting faster? Because I'm feeling like me. Can't go past a variegated wool. And height. And one more for the road, she says, in there. Just stab. I didn't even count how many I've done. One more in there. Oh. There we go, my friends. I've started on a new sort of thing. Here we are. It's stick and stitch. See over here, that's loose, but that's where that other kept it sort of in the right place. There's my petal. You can see the combination, that's the variegated wool to the plain. I'll add other flosses. So it's going to be sort of an experiment in how many different, all these flowers look the same, how many different ways can I make them come alive. And I think this, oh, it's a leaf. I was thinking it was a bee or a butterfly. It's not. All right, I hope you have got some things done as I've rambled on. I literally have sticky fingers, and that's a good feeling to know that we've got somewhere. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.